What is up, awesome peeps? Brent McCluskey here with Electrified Reviews, and today we are reviewing the Bagibike B10 folding electric bike. And of course, we are doing the giveaway announcements for the Fluid Freeride Mosquito giveaway from the last video. Here we go. All right, guys, so again, this is the Bagibike B10 folding electric bike. It's got a starting price at $18.90, so a little bit on the higher side as far as affordable bikes go. I mean, it's probably on the upper end, maybe just outside that price range of what I would call an affordable electric bike. So $18.90, it's kind of expensive, but it does offer some pretty cool features. And I think overall this bike has a lot of stuff that actually truly justifies the price. So we'll start going over that here, and I'll start pointing some of that stuff out to you. We'll start back here with the motor. We got a Bafang 500 watt hub motor in the back. Pretty common motor. We have reviewed this a lot, and honestly, this is one of my favorite motors of all time. It's just so reliable, so dependable. It's a monster. It's a little powerhouse, man. 500 watts nominal, 750 watts peak power, 80 newton meters of torque. And it gets this bike up to a top speed of 30 miles per hour, which is pretty fast. And this motor does feel really peppy. It feels like, I mean, I did get up to top speed pretty easily. I had to pedal, but yeah, I could get up to 30 miles per hour with that motor. So now, however, with that unlocked top speed of 30 miles per hour, this is going to be, as you guys well know, a class 3 electric bike. So, you know, it's going to be illegal to ride in some areas in that configuration. So for those of you guys who might live in New York, well, in New York, you actually probably couldn't legally ride this bike at all because it has the throttle. So, you know, just you know, with all the classes here, it's just something to keep in mind. You know, where do you live? Do you care about whether or not it's legal? Like, do the cops around you hassle you? It's up to you guys, but I just want to point that out. It is a class 3, so just keep that in mind, all right? Well, in the unlocked configuration. Also back here, we'll go back to the motor real quick. We've got these Tektro mechanical disc brakes, 160 millimeter rotors here. Some in the front, some in the back there. We've also got one in the front. So there's good stopping power on this bike. Of course, mechanical disc brakes are not going to be as effective as hydraulic disc brakes, but you know, they require less maintenance to adjust and stuff. They're pretty easy to just loosen up the cable here if you need to adjust it compared to hydraulic disc brakes. They're a little bit trickier to adjust though. So that's kind of the benefit of mechanical disc brakes. They're just easier, you know? But all in all, the disc brakes here, they do provide plenty of stopping power. Also, with the brake levers up here, whenever I depress the brake levers, it's going to automatically cut power to the motors. It's got motor inhibitors built in. So it's kind of like a safety feature, you know? So if I'm in the top pedal assist mode and I'm hauling, you know, and I hit the brakes, it's gonna instantly cut power to the motor, and that's just basically gonna ensure that I have the shortest possible stopping distance, which is a good thing. I really like that. I want to point out these tires too. So these are 20-inch tall tires, I think 20 inch by 2.15, I believe. And the tires here, this is a good size. It's a good compromise between a full-size tire and a really small, like 16-inch tire. 20 inches tall, it gives you enough stability to feel like it's a real bike, like not like a toy bike or something, but it also gives you that compact size and kind of goes towards that philosophy of being a compact bike. I also like how Bagibike has these rims. These are like just stock rims. These aren't upgrades or anything. And they just, I don't know, I dig them. I dig these like 5-spoke, 6-spoke rims, whatever, just compared to like the regular spokes, the metal ones. So that's kind of a cool little feature about this bike. I really dig that. Battery system here, we're gonna have a 48-volt Silverfish style battery here in the back, 13 amp hours for an estimated range of about 30 miles or so, depending on how you ride it. I mean, estimated range is always gonna depend on how I ride this bike, how heavy I am on the throttle, what pedal assist mode I am, how much I weigh, what kind of terrain I'm going over. Am I going on flat ground like this, or am I going up steep hills? It just kind of depends, you know? But yeah, estimated range of 30 miles. Now the Silverfish style batteries, you know, one of the things about these that I normally kind of have a gripe with is two things. Sometimes I can't lower the seat post all the way because the battery gets in the way. With this bike though, that's not really an issue. They've designed it in such a way that I can lower the saddle all the way and it doesn't interfere with the battery. And that's like a big pro in my mind, because one of the things about this bike that is really, you know, attractive is how approachable it is. You know, you look at the frame here, that step-through design, and it's so easy to get on and off of, and it's, you know, for shorter riders, it's really easy to place your feet flat on the ground. So having the saddle be able to drop all the way, that's a really nice thing. Also, sometimes, like I was saying, like another potential, I don't know, sticking point that I have with Silverfish style batteries is this. Two things. Number one, you always have to have the key in here to have the bike running. So, you know, you can get heel strikes on these keys that can damage you. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's not that big of a deal because these keys do fold, so it keeps a pretty minimal like profile, right? It's not sticking out a whole bunch. Also, getting this battery out, check it out. I mean, look, it's the seat post, or the saddle is actually in the way. Now, Bagibike has alleviated that problem by having a seat post or a saddle that just, you know, folds forward like that. So I can lift this thing up, just easy, no problems at all. So I really, really appreciate that, because otherwise I have to take out the entire seat post, take out the entire saddle, and then take out the battery. So I like that a lot. Also on the battery itself, there is a little quick indicator to see how much juice is left. Let me see if I can get actually a good shot of that here. There we go, yeah, you can see that. So a little quick indicator there if you guys actually want to use that instead of checking the display. Let's see what else here. The whole bike itself the frame is 6061 aluminum alloy, and it's gonna weigh in at about 60 pounds. So it's not super heavy, but it's still heavy, especially for a folder. And I actually folded this bike up to bring it here, threw it in the trunk of my car. And you know, 60 pounds, it feels heavy when you're bending over trying to put it in the trunk still. So, you know, it's not super heavy, but just, it's heavy enough. And I'm gonna fold this thing up here to show you how it folds. But before I do, I wanna show you guys kind of a closer look here at this locking mechanism. All right, let's get this better shot here. There we go. All right. So the locking mechanism here in the middle of the frame is really cool because it's a two-stage locking mechanism. So it's got this compression right here to keep everything locked up. But let's say that this little latch comes undone, which is definitely a possibility. Let's say this thing comes undone and it even comes unclicked. This frame is not going to fold even with this thing out, because this is spring loaded and there's a pin that drops down to keep this frame still locked together. So in order to unlock this frame, I actually have to push this piece in, lift it up. There we go. And then once it's unlocked like that, you can see now it's free to unlock. So I'm gonna switch sides here, fold this thing up, and show you guys what that looks like. There we go. So this is, of course, the bike in the unfolded position right here. Okay, and now we're gonna fold it up real quick. So like I was saying, I do have to push this in, lift it up, and then I can fold the stem here, or the frame in half, okay? So once I got the frame folded in half, I can fold the handlebars. Pretty common here, just unlatch it like that. And there you go, that's folded like that. It's pretty easy stuff. The pedals here, they fold as well if you want to add even more compactness to this. There we go. Lock it back up. Handlebars, and there we go. So look, the reality is it does take a second or two to fold this thing and unfold it. It's not the quickest thing in the world, but it's not like, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. Not like an electric scooter though, you know? Whew, I feel like I'm out of breath here because of that. So let's see, back to folding though real quick. This little bracket here in the bottom, that piece, that's to rest the bike on so it can stand upright by itself when it's folded. Again, not something you always see, so I do appreciate that. On the other side here, let's see, you can see the magnets there. This is a cadence sensor on this bike. It's a 12 magnet cadence sensor, so that is going to make it a little bit more responsive as far as like the starting and stopping of pedaling and the start and stop of the motor actually kicking out power compared to like a 6 magnet cadence sensor. But of course, it's not going to be as responsive as a torque sensor, which measures the actual torque on the cranks compared to the rotation of the cranks. Like we see here. Yeah, it's pretty dope, right? Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here? We'll go to the light and we'll go to the front, and then I want to show you guys the display because there's actually a lot of cool stuff here on the display and the handlebars of this bike. We do have an integrated lighting system. We got a headlight right here. And the front, we've got Mozo spring suspension, just a little suspension, 100 millimeters of travel, but it does have preload and it does have lockout. So that's kind of nice. You can adjust the suspension to your liking. Not a lot of suspension here, 100 millimeters, but really it's just enough to kind of smooth out the ride, make it a little bit nicer. Not like, I mean, I'm not gonna go off-road, I'm not gonna go down stuff like this, but just for like hopping off a curb, little bumps in the road definitely does help a lot. Now, in the back of this bike here is really cool. We've got turn signals. I mean, how random is that? Like, I feel like I never see that almost ever on electric bikes. Very cool. These will light up when I hit the turn signals on the handlebars, which I'll show you guys. There's also a rear rack here, very nice. Again, this is like standard with the bike. It's not an upgrade point. It's got a little spring-loaded thingy right here. You can put, you know, your stuff there. It's kind of nice. Telescoping stem as well. I forgot to mention that because look, this bike only comes in one frame size, right? So that's going to kind of limit, I think, who can ride it as far as like rider height, right? Because very tall riders might have a little bit of trouble. Very short riders might have some trouble as well. But having this adjustable linked handlebars here, where it can raise and lower, does kind of accommodate a wider range of riders. So I dig that. Now, going to the display. So remember, again, if I want to turn this display on, first of all, I got to have the keys in there. Okay, so keys are in there. This is on. The keys are turned on. So next I have to hit the power button and boom, this thing comes to life. So it's always gonna start off in pedal assist level 1. And the interesting about this bike is the B10 has 9 levels of pedal assist. Well, I guess technically 10. It's got 0 all the way up to level 9, which is a lot of levels. So it's a lot of, I don't know, it's like each level is a little step up. So it kind of gives you just more leeway, more freedom to pick just the right level of assist for you. So normally, you know, you'll see 5 levels of pedal assist. This one has 9. So that's kind of like a, I don't know, just interesting. I haven't really seen that very often. So independent button pad here on the left, plus and minus to navigate the menu here. On the display itself, we do have the level of pedal assist right here, as you can see. Battery level, current speed, I think an odometer here in the bottom right there. What is that? Tripometer? I don't know. And yeah, that's the odometer, I think, right there. So, you know, the common feedback that you would want from a display is going to be found on this one. And, you know, it's a pretty standard display. It's one I've seen before. And I do like, I think this is actually the Bafang display that goes with the Bafang motor. And I really do like these displays. You can see them pretty easily in broad daylight. The sun doesn't really affect it, so that's nice. Throttle here is on the left-hand side. And the throttle is live from 0 miles per hour. So if I hit this throttle right now, this bike will just rocket away. I'm not gonna do it, but it is live from 0 miles per hour. And I like that because it's, you know, stopping from like a dead stop and getting going on like a crosswalk, or more realistically, using that to kind of boost this bike upstairs. That's a huge, huge help for me. And if the throttle was not live from 0 miles per hour, I could not do that. So on the right-hand side here, this is where all the cool stuff is for the blinkers and all that jazz. So, all right, check this out. So we got blinkers here. Okay, so if I hit that, oh wait, I gotta hit the lights first, I think. Wait, what do I have to do here for that? There we go. All right, hit the blinkers, and you see it actually blinks. Like, hey, I'm turning. I'm actually gonna set this down right here so you can see. If I hit the brakes on this bike, the brake lights in the back actually light up too. Let me see if I can get a good shot of that. Sorry for the camera work here. All right, check this out. hit the brakes, and you'll see the brake lights actually illuminate. So really cool. And then here's what it looks like for the right blinker. Obviously same thing, just other side. So kind of like a motorcycle or a moped. And I think that's a really cool safety feature. And honestly, I think that's something that should be added on really every electric bike. I don't know why it's not like a law to have that. There's also the light button right here to toggle the front headlight. That's what that looks like when it's on right there. And there is a horn. So yeah, I mean, I think overall, like, this bike is approachable and it's really safe. Like, it just feels like a really good choice for an urban commuter, and I really do appreciate that. My only beef with this bike, if I have to like pick out some negatives, some things I'm not super fond of, is the latching right here. I think the style of latching needs to be changed just because it juts out. It's not very aesthetically pleasing. I don't know, I can see like catching my pants on it, maybe ripping my pants, not a huge fan of that. Also, the same thing with this, the latching system here, this particular style or the length of this, I don't know. I feel like it could almost get in the way of the pedals maybe, like it's really, really close. Is it a big deal? Nah, but if I'm being nitpicky, that's what I'm gonna pick out there. Let's see, the other things I guess is I really do like the wire management here. They did a good job. Bagibike made a lot of effort. There's a lot of wires coming out of this, a lot of different electronic stuff, and they did a good job of just keeping it nice and neat and bundled up. I can't stand messy wires, so I really do like that. And they also feed into the frame. As you can see right here, they go into the frame and they come out there at the bottom by the bottom bracket. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff about this bike. And I think really the thing we have to do now is, of course, just take it for a test ride. So here we go. All right, awesome peeps. That is pretty much it for the review of the Bagibike B10 folding electric bike. Hope you guys did dig this review. And in summary, I think this is going to be a really good bike for those of you who are looking for a urban commuter, specifically for the city, that's got all the safety features that you might want, decent range, decent speed, decent power, and of course, compact size, being able to fold this thing up, throw it in your trunk, bring it up into the office, whatever, but just be able to store it in a small, compact space. Some of my favorite things about this bike are going to be the turn signals that are included with this, the brake light, just that added safety measure, the fact that the folding mechanism in the middle there is just really strong. That double latch system just provides a lot of extra security so that the frame does not collapse on you. Telescoping stem, the horn, the light system, the throttle on the left-hand side with the immediate start. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff about this bike. Front suspension, disc brakes, the seat here, you know, like I was saying, it folds down so you can remove the battery really easily. A lot of good stuff here on this bike. Of course, it is going to be kind of a steep starting price of $1890, so you know it's kind of moving out of that price range of the affordable electric bike. But still, for what you get, I think this is actually a really good deal. So again, I hope you guys did dig this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and oh, right, the giveaway. I literally almost forgot about that. The giveaway results. Yes, okay, the giveaway results for the Fluid Freeride Mosquito from our last video. Remember, guys, there was quite a few ways to enter that. You could have done comments on the Electrified Reviews YouTube channel. You could do comment on the Instagram post for Electrified Reviews, comments for the Instagram post for Fluid Freeride, Facebook shares, bunch of stuff. It was all listed in the written review on electrifiedreviews.com. So out of all of those entries, we've randomized those, and the winner is Cedric.brr, and his comment, or Cedric's comment, was on Fluid Freeride's Instagram, and his comment was tagging 2 friends, and the friends were Julian.brch and Sack Lurch Ag. So Cedric.brr, congratulations. You are the hopefully very happy winner of the new Fluid Freeride Mosquito electric scooter. If you guys did not win, I am very sorry. I know it just sucks to not win a giveaway. However, we do have quite a few giveaways coming up, already scheduled, ready to go. So stick around for those. And again, if you didn't win, better luck next time. All right, for real this time, I'm out of here. Have a good day. Catch you guys next time. Later.